Good morning. Let's try this again. I'm actually trying to do a video on pork chops in a crock pot. So I've already put the butter and some onions, but I'm still cutting up the onions. I'm using about 1.5 onions. I'm still cutting that up. I'm so excited that I can actually do a full entire recipe today. I have time. My daughters are helping family move. My husband is working. And of course, I'm not working yet until fall or the first of the year. That's still all up in the air. So I've been trying to cook a lot. I mean, I've always cooked even when I work, but I've just tried to cook a lot more. But of course, my oven went out right on about to make my Easter cake. Thank God the ham got done and everything else. But we have not had one since then, and some of the stovetops are acting up, and that's why I have things there and they're broke. So since I don't have my oven yet, it's going to take a couple more weeks, I have been thinking of crock pot ideas. And my husband made some empanadas last night, so I didn't really feel like having anything else fried. Like I said, I already have butter on there. I have it on low. I'm putting the onions on the bottom. And then I'm going to cut up the baby portobello mushrooms that I just picked up 2 of these. I like a lot of mushrooms and onions and garlic. And I'm going to put it over mashed potatoes and gravy and have some spinach and salad. So that's what we're having tonight. And I figured I would do that. And I love the baby portobellos. Those are nice. It says 2 cups. I might have over a little bit of 2 cups. But like I said, I love mushrooms. My youngest daughter is picky about them, but if it's cooked in there, she likes it. So I'm going to put those in there. So I have been wanting to get on here to do more recipes, but for most of the time I've been dealing with my daughter's distant learning. That finally got done last week. She got all the A's and B's. My older daughter is another story. Can't really control that right now. She's getting to that age. But we went to the beach. We tried to go to the springs, but they're not full capacity yet. We're going to try to do that Thursday or Friday and just get up early. So we've been trying to keep busy because officially summer started last week, but it has been basically rainy every day and even early on. Usually in Florida we have the afternoon lightning thunderstorms. We've had some of those. We even had some tornadoes close by where I live over the weekend. But my husband and I went and walked on the beach when it was just sprinkling all throughout the day, and we found shells and ate over there, and that was nice. And I was thinking about doing that with my daughter coming up as well. We did that last year, and we've already been to the beach like 3 times. But it's just trying to keep them occupied because the movie theaters still aren't open around here, but they do have the drive-in. So next week we're going to go see Trolls. It'll probably just be her and I, because her sister's too big to watch those kind of movies and always around a boyfriend. And her grandmother doesn't really like horror movies or kid movies. I'm not picky. I'm thinking maybe one of these would have done. But on Thursday I'm going to make pork loin again in a crock pot. I used to either make it in the crock pot or bake it, but lately, obviously, until I get my oven, it's been more so in the crock pot. And I'm thinking maybe I'll add some of these mushrooms to that, because I was going to put carrots. I don't have potatoes, but we may have mashed potatoes that night too, and just not have mashed potatoes for a week or so. We always usually, it seems like, have mashed potatoes every week. My family's just like that. Alright. Yeah, I think I'm going to leave this other Whoops, Karma, you got a mushroom, but I don't think you'll eat all that. I'm going to leave this other pack probably for my pork on Thursday because I don't have, I'm only going to be putting onions and carrots and mushrooms in there. And usually I put potatoes and sometimes celery. Plus this is not a really big, giant crock pot. So I'm thinking this will do. And if anything, I can actually make pasta instead of that pork because I do have a pasta. I'm thinking this is probably good enough. Hopefully y'all see that. I need to set this up so different. For it because I have to also still put cream of chicken, cream of mushroom, and broth and seasoning, and garlic. So I think I'm going to save this for Thursday and actually have this with this. Last time I made it with zucchini and all that, but I think it's either that or the pork. I don't know yet, but that seems like enough mushrooms to me, so I'm going to put that up. Now I'm going to chop up 4 garlic cloves. We like a lot of garlic, so we put extra. I feel like it's a mess in here. Still having a little bit of problems with my daughter doing her actual chores, which are schoolwork, her room, and dishes, but now it's just her room and dishes because school's not going on now. You know how that is. She's almost 13, so when they start to get to be teenagers, it's just like, and if everyone's not on the same page, it's really bad. All right, so I cracked up these garlic. And yeah, I've got to decide. I think we might be having that pasta, and maybe I can do that recipe on here as well. That turmeric pasta is really good for you, so. All right, let's see. I don't remember what I said because I started a video and then I got interrupted and then I restarted a video. But I have been wanting to talk about a lot of the things that are going on in the world. But then some overwhelmed with it. And then of course there's always the time. And even though I'm home more, it actually seems like I have a lot more to do because I'm like cooking more, I'm cleaning more. Well, there for about 2.5 months or so, I was having to like try to get unemployment and then finally got that almost, I mean, this has technically been going on 3 months. Almost so. Which is bizarre. I don't know what to think about it anymore. So now I'm putting the garlic in there. And I don't know if I said this in this video or the one I was trying to make, but this I was supposed to start earlier, but I accidentally got locked out of my house because I picked up my spare keys that were by my regular keys because I just got this car like, I believe at the beginning of March. Now, it's been crazy because I got this car right before all this started because my other car had a bad transmission. So, anyway, I was half asleep and just worried about everything that's going on in my own personal life and in the whole world. That I have, like, it's interrupted my sleep. I get stressed. I get depressed. I'm just trying to make the most of it. Trying to make the most of it. That's all I can say. All right, 1 more garlic clove, and then we can start adding the cream of mushroom and the cream of chicken. And I've always cooked. I usually always cook Monday through Friday, or Monday through Thursday, I'm sorry. And then maybe, I should usually say we always cook Sunday through Thursday. And then Friday we eat out, and then Saturday we either have leftovers or something really small we make, or we grill once in a while, or like we eat out. But mainly we're eating at home. But it just feels like I've been cooking and cleaning so much more. And, you know, I've heard, they don't really know, but I heard that school might be starting out like this again next year. And we might not be going back to school until the first of the year. By that time, the kids have almost been out of school for a year And I've almost been out of, well, I shouldn't say I've been out of work all the way, because I have had, at first when this started, I had 2 students I tutored, which, you know, wasn't a lot. It's nothing to not be able to get unemployment. And then it went down to 1, and then she had to go back to work. So the last couple of weeks between the rain and that, I haven't been doing that, and I have to call her, and I meant to actually do that yesterday to find out when we're starting back tutoring. So that's been my life. Clean this cutting board off. All right, so we have that in there. Now I'm going to take the pork chops and wash them. I have 5 of them. I always wash my meat. Probably could have gotten by with a pack of 3, but my husband will probably eat 2. I can eat 1 or 2, and then my daughter will eat 1. So, guess they'll just have to be laying on each other. Yeah, I usually like fry the pork chops or saute them or put them in the oven. So I was like, well, there's got to be, you know, there's always a Crockpot recipe. I really like having my Crockpot around. It really helps me out when I'm working more or in the wintertime. Definitely helping me out right now. Let me wash my hands because of not having the oven, which is starting to get annoying because I have so many things I go to be like, oh, I want to make this, I want to make this. And then I'm like, oh yeah, that is not going to fit in my little conventional oven, because thank God some of the ready-made lasagnas. I don't really buy a lot of ready-made food, but that's been helping me out. I was like, why are these cans on the ground? That's what I was trying to find, these cans. All right, let me wipe this down and get my seasonings, which I need salt, basil leaf, garlic powder, and onion powder. Just putting a little bit of that because we already have the real in there. And then pepper and paprika. All right. I've been looking for a basil plant. I had said this is another one. I usually have one around because I have parsley here, and I used to have a lot of things. But between everything that's happened personal and then trying to get everything this year, everyone was just buying everything at the grocery store. I had to get basil leaves. Okay, so now, before I put the cream of chicken soup and cream of mushroom, put a little bit of salt, not salt, but garlic powder. Not a lot because we already have garlic. A little bit of onion powder. Not a lot because we already have that as well. And then some basil leaves. Just probably about, I don't really measure everything out. That was probably about, maybe about a tablespoon and a half. A little bit of salt. This is sea salt, not too much. A lot of pepper. A little bit of paprika. All right, I'm gonna put these all back. I find that I cook a lot with salt and pepper and garlic and onions, even sometimes basil and all that stuff. So now I'm going to open up the cream of mushroom, put that in there. See, I don't remember if this needs chicken broth. I will see once I add these. And it might even need 2 of the chicken and cream of chickens because it's supposed to be more like a thick gravy type, the mushrooms and the onions. And it says it takes about 7 hours, so I'm glad my husband made empanadas yesterday so we can like snack on that if he gets home around 4 or 5, because we're probably not going to be able to eat till about 7. I was trying to make it around 6 that we ate, but because of what happened with the keys, that's not going on. Okay. I wish I remembered. I did this before before with somewhat like this, but I mainly make them a different way, so I'm not really sure. Just going to add a little tiny bit on the sides of this chicken broth. Just because I don't think it needs much because of the cream of mushroom and the cream of chicken, which okay, that looks good. That's going to smell wonderful. I am very excited about that. And I will let you see that. So that's going to cook on low for about 7 hours. And I'm going to put the lid on it. Carmen, I already fed you breakfast. You and the bunny. And then it'll start smelling wonderful. And that is my Crockpot pork chops. You should definitely give it a try. Say bye, Karma. Y'all have a nice day.